Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show, where we talk about the biggest issues impacting millennial money, from student loan debt to side hustles to building wealth. We will show you how to get out of debt so that you can build real wealth for the future.
I Will Teach You to Be Rich is the title of the book we're going to be reviewing today on the College Investor Audio Show. He's written by Ramit Sethi. I've also heard it was pronounced Ramit Sethi and also Ramit Sethi. So we're going to go with Ramit Sethi. How about that? So the book is called I Will Teach You to Be Rich. And it has a style that it's kind of a welcoming change for some of the typical finance books you'll find. Okay, although personal finance books can often seem very cut and dry, this one is anything but boring. Ramit Sethi will regale you with tales of negotiating like an Indian while getting down to the nitty-gritty details of your personal finances. So throughout the book, Sethi encourages you just to take a closer look at your life and your priorities. And instead of lecturing you about getting your finances on track, Sethi poses questions in hopes that these questions will encourage you to think a little bit more deeply about your goals in relation to your financial actions. Really cool. Let's ask the question, what is I Will Teach You to Be Rich all about? The goal of the book is to help you get your finances on track within a 6-week system. 6 weeks, not 6 years. There are some books where it actually takes that long to get on track. With a total of 9 chapters, you can breeze through this book like I did while enjoying Sethi's hilarious writing style. Yes, the book is about personal finance, but you might actually find yourself LOLing along the way. I did, seriously, chuckling out loud to myself. Sethi's style is brutally honest, with some humor thrown in to make the process more comfortable. Now, he's going to point out your mistakes, but will show you exactly, with an exact method of remedying the situation as soon as possible. After all, everyone makes mistakes. If you're choosing to read the book, then you're likely ready to clean up your act. Throughout the book, you're going to discover manageable action steps at the end of most chapters. If you choose to take action on each of these steps, your finances will be on the right track by the end of the 6 weeks. Each of the steps represents a small part of the new personal finance system you are building. You'll be able to customize the system to meet your specific financial goals based on Sethi's recommendations. Throughout the book, there are stories about readers of the first edition of I Will Teach You to Be Rich. It can be helpful to see that there are so many people in a similar situation to yours. However, it's more encouraging to see that they were able to dramatically improve their finances with Sethi's advice. Don't skip over the reader stories. They are an uplifting part of the story that shouldn't be overlooked. Plus, Sethi includes useful graphics that will truly help you visualize the costs of not taking action. Let's take a closer look at what each chapter covers. Optimize your credit cards. Credit cards are an accessible personal finance tool that most people are already familiar with, of course. You'll start your 6-week journey by tackling your credit card situation. Of course, if you're in credit card debt, Sethi outlines how to fix that. Now, beyond the basic advice of paying down your cards, Sethi actually offers solutions for simplifying the credit cards in your wallet while maximizing points. If you take action on his advice, you stand to earn a significant number of credit card points. At the end of the first chapter, you'll encounter the first action steps. Most chapters have 3 to 5 action steps to complete for the week. Not only does Sethi outline exactly what steps to take, but also shares how long it will take for you to complete each one. That way, you can pencil it into your busy calendar without making any excuses. Beat the banks. Wading through the world of big banking can be difficult, to say the least. Luckily, Sethi breaks down everything you need to know, starting with all the reasons why you should switch to a bank that is going to treat you right. Sethi holds nothing back. He unleashes his opinions on several big-name banks that are notorious for fees. With specific recommendations and action steps to accomplish, you'll be banking more comfortably very soon. Get ready to invest Now that you're comfortable with talking about personal finance, Sethi introduces the ladder of personal finance. The ladder. You'll see all the steps towards success outlined in little bite-sized chunks. From the basics of your 401k to opening an HSA, the ladder is meant to encourage you to continue the journey. And you'll notice that most of the rungs on the ladder are connected to investing. Although there are many excuses to continue avoiding investing, Sethi blasts through these excuses in a no-holds-barred manner, like only he can. The chapter's filled with statics and myths that force you to start thinking about the importance of investing. Conscious spending. When you start the 4th chapter, you'll quickly notice that it is the longest in the book. That's because it's one of the most important chapters in the book. Sethi will teach you how to build a conscious spending plan. Without a conscious spending plan, it can be difficult to build a solid financial future because you likely overpay for stuff that you don't care about. Sethi's philosophy is to spend big on the things that matter to you and ruthlessly cut costs in areas that don't matter to you. Most people don't take the time to cut costs in areas that don't matter, so this can make a big difference in your long-term ability to save. Unlike some personal finance books, Sethi doesn't give any judgmental advice about what you should spend your money on. In fact, he shares some stories that might make you feel better about your spending habits. Sethi does throw out some guidelines that could help you to establish your conscious spending plan, but he's clear on the fact that he doesn't care what you choose to spend your money on. But understanding your priorities is critical to success. Once you understand what you value, Sethi will walk you through the steps of ensuring that your spending reflects that. Very important. Save while sleeping. No joke, automation is a key part of building your financial system. Although it can seem overwhelming to tackle financial automation, Sethi breaks it down to the core components. His ultimate goal for you is that you only spend 90 minutes managing your personal finances each month. Not each day. Each month, 90 minutes, that's it. So after taking the time to understand your values and build your conscious spending plan, you'll learn the ins and outs of automating your accounts. The myth of financial expertise. Boy, many people avoid dealing with their personal finances because there is a myth of financial expertise. Sethi breaks this myth down and builds your confidence as a competent human that can handle your own accounts. If you're unwilling to take the reins, then you'll find out exactly how much that will cost you over the course of your lifetime. You'll breeze through this chapter and also feel empowered to take control of your investing in the next chapter. Investing isn't only for the rich people. After finding out how much it will cost to hire a professional investor without the facts to back up their success, put that in air quotes, you'll be fired up to tackle your investing plan. So throughout the chapter, you'll learn about specific investing accounts that you should take advantage of, plus how to find the investments that will work best for your goals. Beyond the basics, you'll learn about asset allocation. Although that might seem like a scary phrase, Sethi shows you exactly what the term means and how to implement the principle in your portfolio. In addition to highly regarded investments such as index funds, you'll find Sethi's thoughts on everything from real estate to crypto. It is an interesting chapter full of odd facts that bolster your confidence as you build your own portfolio. How to maintain and grow your system. At this point, you will have completed the 6-week plan to build your financial system. Hopefully, the new system will propel you towards your financial goals. Now that you've built your financial system, Sethi discusses ways to grow your system. As your assets grow, you might encounter more pervasive money myths. A few that are broken down in the chapter include the realm of taxes, rebalancing, and when to sell your investments. Although these tips might seem off point for now, when you've grown your investments, then you might be ready to hear Sethi's advice in this chapter. A rich life. The final chapter of the book goes beyond the nuts and bolts of building and growing your financial system. Takes a closer look at the messy world of relationships and money. You'll encounter questions about prenups and combining finances, that you've likely never considered before. In addition to some thought-provoking relationship questions, Sethi shares his practical advice for saving money on big purchases such as a home, car, or even a wedding. Ultimately, he encourages you to stick to your conscious spending plan and consider large purchases far in advance, like way down the road. Here's a little bit about the author. So, Ramit Sethi studied technology and psychology at Stanford University. After graduating there, he founded I Will Teach You to Be Rich. The blog focuses on personal finance and entrepreneurship. The first edition of the book was published in 2009, and it became a New York Times bestseller. This second edition was published in 2019 to update the information, of course, and also add some more stories from successful readers. So, who should read this book? If you want to get your finances on the right track with manageable steps, then I Will Teach You to Be Rich is a good place to start. And the book can help you build a base of financial literacy. And along the way, you'll build a financial system that can take you towards your goals. Also, if you like to laugh a little bit, this book will make you laugh too. And if you already have a solid grasp on basic personal finance, you can still find value in I Will Teach You to Be Rich. The action steps provide a clear-cut way to polish your financial system. Although some of the information in the book will seem quite obvious, you'll be able to build a financial system that works for you along the way too. Here are some final thoughts. Overall, the tone of the book is helpful, guilt-free, and extremely honest. You need to be ready to be honest with yourself about your personal financial situation. Otherwise, you'll likely find it difficult to complete the action steps. If you aren't ready to own up to the financial mistakes in your past, then you're not ready to read this book. The book has a total of 353 pages. 80 of them have been added for the second edition. Each page is packed with useful information that will help you master money and then move on with your life. If you're looking for a place to get started with your finances, this is a fantastic option. 5 out of 5 from this guy. Hey, I hope you found this review helpful. We're starting to do a little bit more of these reviews type shows. And if you have any other questions, please just contact us. Let us know what you're thinking about. Anything from investing to buying a house to saving, all of it you can find at thecollegeinvestor.com. We even have some really cool ideas on side hustles that you can start too in your spare time and make a lot of money. It's fantastic. Again, thecollegeinvestor.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you again soon.